All right, let's dive into one of the most foundational stories ever told, the creation story from the book of Genesis. Seriously, this narrative has shaped how people see the world for thousands of years, and we're going to walk through it day by day. Let's get right into it. So, where does a story like this even start? Well, it starts before the beginning. Try to wrap your head around this, a state of absolute nothing. Before there was time, before there was anything at all, there was just an absence. I mean, a silent, endless, deep void, an emptiness so total there was nothing to see, nothing to hear, nothing to feel. It's like the ultimate blank canvas just waiting for the first brushstroke. And this is the moment everything changes. It's the catalyst, the one single event that just shatters the silence in the dark. Out of that nothingness, a command is given, and the universe is set in motion. And that brings us to day one, the start of this cosmic week where, according to the story, our entire world gets built piece by incredible piece. Just 4 simple words. But in this story, they're basically the most powerful command you can imagine. It's not a hope or suggestion, it's a declaration that literally changes reality itself. And bam, the result is immediate, and wow, light doesn't just fade in, it tears through the darkness, splitting it apart. And in that very first act, the first great rhythm of the universe is born, day and night. This is about more than just being able to see. It's about bringing order out of absolute chaos. This is the very first beginning. Okay, so we've got light. What's next? Day 2. Now the actual architecture of the world starts to take shape. On this day, the story talks about this huge space being created, what we call the sky, and it separates the waters below from the waters above. Think about it. This one move creates this breathtaking new arena, a massive space for everything else that's about to happen. A world of pure possibility is literally carved out between the sea and the heavens. Now we're on to the 3rd day. The world's got a sky, sure, but it's still just this formless, watery globe. Day 3 is all about giving it solid ground and that very first spark of life. You can almost feel the logic of it, right? First, the waters pull together in one place, which lets dry land finally pop up from the sea. And what happens the second there's new earth? Life! Plants, seeds, trees. The world isn't just a barren rock anymore. It starts to breathe, and it's covered in this vibrant green. So, we have a stage, land, sea, and sky, and it's bursting with green. Day 4. Well, day 4 is about hanging the lights. That giant, empty sky that was made on day 2 is about to get filled. And what I find so fascinating here is that everything gets a job, a purpose. The sun isn't just some random ball of fire. Its purpose is to rule the day. The moon isn't just a hunk of rock. Its job is to govern the night. The story gives all these celestial bodies very specific roles to play. And with these big lights set up in the sky, a totally new concept is born. Before, you just had the simple back and forth of day and night. But now, with the sun and moon acting as cosmic clocks, you can measure seasons and days and years. Time itself becomes a real, concrete thing. So we have this fully formed world, but it's still really, really quiet. Day 5 is when all of that changes. This is the day of sound and movement. The seas, which were gathered on day 3, are suddenly just teeming with life. And the sky, made on day 2, is now filled with the flapping and singing of birds. For the first time in the whole story, the world is actually alive with sound and motion. It's not a silent planet anymore. And that brings us to day 6, the big one, the grand finale of the creation week. The land that appeared back on day 3 is finally ready for its residents. First, all the land animals are created, filling up the earth with this incredible diversity of life. But then, the narrative kind of pauses here. It builds the suspense, you know? It makes it really clear that there's one last climactic act to come. Something totally different from everything that came before. And there it is. Humanity is created. And the story uses this very specific, very powerful phrase, in his own image. Now, in this context, that's not really about physical looks. It's about reflecting the creator's nature. Things like consciousness, creativity, purpose. It puts this final creation right at the very top of the whole process. So what does it mean to be made in this image? Well, the story says humanity gets these 3 incredible things: a purpose to cultivate the earth, a responsibility to care for it, and of course, the sacred gift of life itself. So after 6 days of speaking worlds into being, of turning chaos into a cosmos, of filling and forming and creating, we finally get to the last day, and this day is unlike any of the others. This is that moment of pure satisfaction. You know, like when you finish a huge project? It's a pause. The creator looks at everything that's been made, from the first ray of light to humanity, and calls all of it good. The job is done. It's perfect. And here's the crucial part. This day of rest isn't about being tired. It's a deliberate choice to teach a principle, the beauty and importance of peace, of stopping work just to appreciate what's been made. It's like the final peaceful period at the end of a wild week of creation. And that really gets to the core message that's been woven through this whole story. The narrative constantly pushes back on the idea that the universe is just some chaotic accident. Instead, what it presents is a world that was intentionally spoken, ordered, and designed with a clear purpose in mind. So in the end, the story zooms all the way in, from the entire cosmos to something deeply personal. It ends with this really powerful idea that this epic story of creation, of purpose, of design, it isn't just some old tale. It's a story that directly involves you.
Thanks for watching.
Stay blessed and don't forget to share this video with everyone.